Hello and welcome to my review of Qlik Sense February 2019. My name is Percy Saka. I'm with Catalyst IT, and let's just jump right into it. So, when you open the hub and go onto open your application, you now get faced with this single page application flow, which means that you can now toggle between data analysis and story mode without reloading the page, which is really powerful and quite useful in a lot of ways, which it just means that it now creates a natural navigation for end users and developers in general, especially developers, when you keep flicking between the data and analysis. And it just takes you to gain those insights a lot faster. So let's see what this looks like. I'm a developer and I have gone into my application. So the first thing that I would actually want to see is to have a look at my data and see what that looks like. I can just click on the menu at the top there and I can go into to see that data and explore the relationships between my data. And once I'm done, I can then go into the analysis page and actually start making my selections to gain those insights of what's going on within my data. And I can also very quickly go into the story and have that whole rounded ability to see the whole story within my data, which is very useful. In addition to that, also the top left menu also now comes with a few additions to actually export the story to PowerPoint or PDF, duplicate or delete the story, and you also get the option to switch between the story mode, and you now also get the ability to switch between the touchscreen mode and the normal click mode. Now this hasn't changed. It is as it was on previous version. So it's basically the same as what you've got here, but on a menu on the side, which gives you a lot more options and open in new tab options. Now this also differs as well. If you're in your application, you get export sheet to PDF, or in analysis, you get export sheet to PDF, and also get duplicate, delete, and you still have your touch screen mode available in there as well. Moving on, they have also added for developers the $sign expansion preview, which I think is very powerful and very useful for developers, and certainly for myself. I have used it quite a few times now. Say for example, I wanted to put a measure, but this measure has got some variables and some complicated expressions into it. I already have a variable created which takes in three numbers and adds them up together. So when you're doing $sign expansion now, what you get is you get at the bottom here the expression to be evaluated. So before I even enter in my parameters in there, I can actually see that it's looking for three parameters and it's doing addition on those three parameters. So what I can just go in and do is put in my three parameters, and it just updates as I type to actually show me what expression will be evaluated, which is very useful. Avoids you getting lost and putting in wrong, or reduces the chances of having wrong syntax in nested expressions, which is very useful. And it gets even better when you have expressions that are a lot longer, very complicated expressions in there as well. So we have our KPI evaluated there. In the previous version of Qlik, we saw the introduction of the dashboard bundle, which gave us some navigation buttons and tab containers, which I use quite a lot. And now there is actually an addition of the share button. Now, what this allows users to do is to share insights between the team or to whomever they want to send those insights to. So by adding this to my dashboard, what this then allows me to do is to go into make my selections. On the topic of making selections, that icon has also been updated to actually show what it is for. In this case, selections. It was an icon before, which was quite confusing to know what it is. So I am here to just make my selections. I want to select my product line, and I'm going to select a few foods and drinks. They're actually drinks in this case. And then I'm gonna go back to my analysis, and the selections that I have made and the sheet that I am on is now in this URL, which I can copy, and as you would expect, I can send it to one of my team members, and they can be able to actually have the same view of what I was looking at, and with the selections as well in that URL, which is very useful and also very, very powerful. Allows users to discover insights together and have that single version of the truth, which is quite powerful. Gonna go back into my edit mode. With the release of February 2019, we now have additional charts which give us more options, and these are now part of the Qlik Sense Bundle, Visualizations Bundle, which now comes in with the funnel chart, the heat map, as you can see, all these options here. And now these were available on the Qlik branch before. With this release, my favorite is the multi KPI chart. And what this allows you to do is to have a single KPI. In this case, I can have my average sales, but what I can actually do with this is to also add a dimension to my expression. In this case, I want to see the product line, and it can then go on to actually evaluate my product line expressions for each of those. And if it's a product description, I can also have that. Now, just as you would have in every other expression that has got your dimensions and measures, you can set to have a limited number of values, exclude the nows, and I just want to see my top 5 average products, and I can have that, and I can actually deselect show others as well, so I can they see the fixed top 5 of the values, which is very useful and also quite powerful. And all the other charts that have been added to that bundle as well, and are now being supported by Qlik, are very, very useful, and charts that I've used myself from the branches, as I mentioned earlier, and will will definitely continue using moving forward. In addition to these news changes, Qlik have also announced that their mobile application for Android OS or devices running Android OS is now available. This allows users to consume apps online with Android devices. Now, a great new change in this as well is actually the ability to consume mashups within the Android OS app. And this is also available for the Qlik Sense applications. So in this case, if I can just go back to my work area, you can see the applications that I have in my work area, and I can also navigate to all my streams, and I can also go into mashups, which then allows me to go and open any of these applications and actually begin to go into my insights. And the best thing about this is because all the mashups templates within Qlik Sense actually responsive, which means that when I'm on a mobile phone, all the charts are within the same view. I don't have to scroll sideways for them to be in view, and I can begin to actually discover my insights, and all the charts work just the same as when you're in Qlik Sense. And this is quite exciting and very powerful as well for people like myself who are developers and who like to push the boundaries with Qlik. And this is an exciting new feature and change in Qlik Sense. So that is all from me. Thank you very much for joining me today, and have fun with Qlik Sense. Goodbye for now.